Hey everyone, I'm your average guide Sahil Gogna. Thanks for tuning into my podcast series. Welcome to episode 7 of the Tech Talks. Today, we have a Lasalle College alumnus from Montreal, Canada, Mr. Sarpreet Singh, and he will be sharing his experience as an international student in Canada and his experience in the Canadian IT industry. Hi Sarpreet, welcome to my show.
Hi Sahil, thank you for having me here. Hello everyone, this is Sarpreet Singh. I'm a software developer based in Montreal, Quebec, and I have been working as a software developer since last 2 years. And I work for this company CGS Quebec. We deal with the apparel and retail softwares. So it's been a nice journey so far, I would say.
Yeah, that's awesome, Sarpreet. So, Sarpreet, can you share your journey as a student and being a software developer, like how this transition happened and how you overcame all the challenges that you faced?
Okay, well, it all started with my program. It was like information technology programmer analyst, and we had this internship in our curriculum at the end of the program. It was for around 2 months. So that was the main point, my starting point of this journey as a software developer. So we had a pre-internship course, especially designed in our curriculum, in which they were introducing us to how to like make your resume, tailor it for different companies, and how to portray, how to develop a portfolio for the corporate, and how to apply. So that thing I think helped me to get this, to go out, to put myself as a right person, and to apply and get the internship. So I transitioned from student to this developer through this internship program, and I started applying using the portfolios and the links which were provided to us by our college. And I think that's how the college and my lecturers, they helped me to transition from the student phase to this developer phase.
So, how hard was it to get an internship despite of all the material that was being provided to you? So, was there something extra that you did, or like it was enough that was provided by college, or from whatever you get from the other resources?
Well, I would be very honest. At
Okay.
my time, the course curriculum, it was not that good.
Mhm.
We were not taught any extra tools or any extra frameworks which were being used in the industries. So I would say we were only taught very simple web concepts, JavaScript, and the basic logics and programming languages. We were not taught any specific framework or any specific tools which were being used by the corporate.
Mhm.
So it was a bit difficult, but recently I happened to meet someone who just
Mhm.
completed the same program from LaSalle College, and now they have revamped all the curriculum and they have included new frameworks and also the tools which we use. So it's better now as compared to the earlier when I completed the course. So I had to myself, go out there, learn those extra frameworks which were which were popular, and that's how I think I got the internship, by doing extra projects, by doing more than what was expected from me in the college projects.
Okay. So when was it exactly you started learning these framework that you are talking about? Was it like
Yes.
just before the internship, or like you just started after getting into the college? Or
Okay, to be very honest, I wasn't very early.
Mhm.
I still remember like this pre-internship program in which they taught us like how to build up our portfolio, and they told us to like go out there, search for jobs. So I would suggest to everyone out there that before internship or before any major thing, like at least 2 semesters before that, start searching. It's better. I mean, I'm not asking you to apply right away, but I am asking you to go out there, search the jobs, and read the job descriptions. Read the requirements which they want, read the frameworks which they are using, just to get yourself familiar with all those things. And then I'm sure there will be those frameworks which you can build upon with the current existing knowledge which the college provided you. So I would say go out there and look for all the requirements, how the market is evolving, and it will put you in a better position because you will know those keywords which are being
Exactly.
asked, in the job description. When the
Yeah.
interviewer asks you something and you say, oh, I don't know, well, that puts
Yeah.
you in a, wrong situation. So if you know
Exactly.
something, maybe like a little bit description. If you explain to them, okay, hey, I can work on this one, I can build this.
Hmm.
You stand out from the crowd
Exactly.
when you
Yeah.
when you tell them, okay, you are using this, I know
Hmm.
about this, I'm familiar with this, so they feel comfortable with you, and there are more chances of hiring you. So I would say do little bit extra than you are asked to,
Hmm.
so it will help you later on.
Okay, that's cool. And Sarpreet, as far as I know, like you don't have any experience back in India as a developer. So how hard
Yes.
was it to get your first job? Like just getting out from the college and joining as a software developer when most of the
Mhm.
companies they're asking for the experienced people in these days.
I know that was my choking point. I was getting really nervous when, as the internship was coming closer, I was like, oh my God, what to do? But
Hmm.
then I would say through my experience, I would suggest you guys to do some voluntary work
Hmm.
in the IT field. And believe me, it's out there. You can find it, but you just need to be a bit motivated. And another thing from my college perspective, I would say that there are various other departments, especially here in Canada. In colleges,
Hmm.
there are various other departments. Some colleges have, and they are always working on some different corporate projects. And they always need some portfolio to showcase their projects, or some websites or anything. Like there are a lot of those things, internal projects happening in the college itself.
Hmm.
So if you can, if you can ask your professors to match you up with someone, with some students, some other students who are working on such projects or who
Hmm.
need those projects, it will be a great help to you. So I would say reach out to your professors, because here most of the professors, they are either working currently in the industry or have at some point worked, and they all have their various links, their networks, which can help you, somewhat place you in a situation where you are better to have the opportunity.
Hmm.
And all and another point is, just go for the projects which you are given as
Hmm.
a part of the curriculum, and do something extra. If they ask you for a simple web project, try to do it with another framework which you see is very popular in your region, in the job descriptions, so that at the later point when you apply for the job, you can showcase them that, okay, hey, I have done something extra. I'm standing out
Hmm.
of the crowd.
Hmm.
So you are better in a better position to get that job.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And Sapir, what type of resources do you suggest? Like you yourself are saying, like you have been referring to a lot of resources. You have been doing a lot of extra work while you were searching for the
Yes.
internship. So,
Hmm.
like the information is so much available. Like the information is scattered over internet. So you go on YouTube, search for one topic, you will get thousands of videos. You go on LinkedIn, like follow an influencer who is, let's say, very good in JavaScript, right? And my question is like, how do you channelize yourself and how do you extract the right information at this time,
Okay.
especially when you're looking for a job?
You are correct. Information is all scattered. It's in abundance with
Yeah.
no direction, and that's harmful. I mean, we can waste all our time
Hmm.
and get to no point. So I would say here your seniors come in a role.
Hmm.
Here your network comes into play. So better build a good network and have a communication with your seniors, with your alumni, and they can particularly put you in a direction like which technologies to work on. And many most of the cases, these
Hmm.
companies, they have they have some privileges where they can share you those subscriptions, maybe from Udemy, maybe from LinkedIn.
Hmm.
They all have their connections, and if you are in touch with them, they can direct you to some place where you can get your resources and then work upon them, build your portfolio, and be ready for the job market.
Okay, that's awesome. And Sarpreet, one thing I know about you, like you were working part-time in a grocery store when you were a student, right? So
Yes.
more, so let me tell you one thing. Most of the students, like whenever they're working part time as a at any place, so it's very hard for them to focus on the studies as well as focus on the job. So because they have to work, they have to earn money, pay their rents, as well as they have to focus on developing their technical skills. So I would like to know like how you managed everything. So like how did you try to balance everything, and how did you learn everything? So like managing all your work as well as studying for the job interviews.
Well, we Indians from all know that throughout our life we have been pampered. We are only, studying, sort of
Yeah.
studying
Yeah.
and not working anything. But when you come in a country like Canada, where you have to
Hmm.
handle both the things, it becomes particularly difficult, especially in the early days. But
Hmm.
since you grow into this, I mean, after a few months, you take it as a general thing, like, okay, I have to divide my time to both my part-time job and my
Hmm.
technical skills. So
Hmm.
to all the students out there, I would inspire them. Okay, I'm not discouraging them to do the part-time job or anything, but I want to tell them, okay, do the part-time job. Yes, that's very important. It
Hmm.
builds your teamwork and other things, but your focus should be on your core capabilities, on the study, on the technical skills, on the
Hmm.
grounds of which you came here, the study which you took. So build your core principles and take out your time, especially after college hours, or you know,
Exactly.
deal with your professors, ask them for projects or other
Hmm.
things. So I would recommend them to not lose focus,
Hmm.
uh, and stay motivated.
Keep on going. Yeah.
Yeah, keep on going.
Exactly. So, Sarpreet, the thing is like most of the Indian students, either they come to Canada after their, let's say, 12th standard, or most of the students they are just graduated from their bachelor's and without any professional experience, they decide to come here in Canada. And I feel like they don't have enough skills to get into a job directly, into the IT industry, right? So
Hmm.
what you would suggest to them? So like how should they balance out everything? So what level of coding skills should they develop?
Okay. So the experience, the lack of experience, that can be
Hmm.
compensated through your projects.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not as equivalent, but still, if you do your projects by using the frameworks, as I said earlier, frameworks and
Hmm.
tools which are popular in the industry, you
Hmm.
can stand out from other people who don't have experience. But there is another thing which I mentioned earlier, that these internal projects which are happening within your colleges,
Hmm.
they are also like in at par with corporate projects. So if you put yourself out there, ask your professors, ask your internship department about all these projects, and if you can get into one of them, it will be really nice learning curve for you, as you will be learning something which is currently being used in the market, and you'll be in a better position. um,
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm. So one more thing, Sarpreet, that comes to most of the mind of the people, like, is there any scope of part-time jobs as a developer? So like you might have tried to look for one, and what was your experience when you were searching for the part-time jobs, or even if you tried, like what was your experience at that time?
Well, I don't want to discourage the folks out there, but it's a
Hmm.
bit difficult,
Yeah,
especially if
exactly.
you're looking for part-time, technical job,
Hmm.
because nobody wants a person with half attention. Most of the
Exactly.
corporates, they are looking for
Hmm.
someone who is fully committed, full time. But it's not. I mean, it's not impossible, I would say. I have seen various cases where people have been able to, get those technical jobs as a
Hmm.
part-time. So grill yourself, put yourself out there, and keep on trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
And till this point, Sarpreet, we have already discussed like how they should develop their technical skills, how they should balance out their part-time jobs and learning the technical stuff, how they should focus more on developing the projects in case they don't have the experience, right? So let's assume like a person has done everything that you have said till now. Now it's time to search for a job. So what type of resources you suggest, like how he should hunt for a job?
Okay.
Because the culture here in Canada, it's like the companies won't be visiting your campus, right? In India,
Yeah.
most of the companies they visit on campus once you graduate. Here, you have to do your own efforts to get a good job. So, what do you suggest to a listener? Like, how should they start looking for a job?
Well, first of all, job is not served on the plate over here.
Yeah.
You have to go out there, put yourself out, and look for a job. And there is about the resources, I would say the common mistake which people do while looking for a job is they apply like to a lot of companies with the same resume without giving your personal touch.
Mhm.
So a little advice to those applying for the job, that rather than applying to a lot of companies, look for some particular positions and study them,
Mhm.
take all those keywords and prepare, tailor your resume specifically to each company. This in this way, you can convey your message that you have spent some time for them and you're really into this job. And another thing is, it's not mandatory, but you can always add a cover letter while applying for a job. I mean, in that cover letter, you can really, express those things which you cannot in a resume. Like
Mhm.
you found something, some software you are applying for. They are using some software, and you are familiar with that software. You can, tell them about your experience, how it was, how you have worked with this before, and how you can be a cordial part of the team which can help in
Mhm.
maintenance or further development of that particular software. So through the cover letter, you can really put yourself out and you can stand out of the crowd, I would say.
Mhm.
So these
Yeah.
are the things I would advise. And moreover, the resources they are general are usual, as we all know, Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, and other things. So
Okay.
those everyone know. So that's what I would say.
Okay. And apart from these resources, like there's one more thing that I think I can add is like you should build up on your network. So one
Sure,
thing here, one thing here in Canada, it's very important, like building up the
it's
network
very
because
important.
the references work so much over here, right? So
Yes,
so
I yeah, I would say yeah, that is the most important point. Network is the best thing over here. If you don't network out there, if your network is not that big, I don't think there are many opportunities for you. And
Mhm.
I can give my example over here. I mean,
Okay.
when I got the internship, it was through a reference. Big shout out to Gagan for referring me over there. I mean, really, it's really important. Be it a part-time job, full-time job, if you have a reference,
Mhm.
because most of the positions they are filled internally.
Mhm.
So if you have a reference, if you have a good network, then it's much easier to get the job.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, do network in all the events and all the team ups.
I would like to clear one thing from reference. It doesn't mean like you get the job served in your plate. Reference just mean like that
Just means
person, it's a trustable person, like the company can trust or the person is reliable. So that
yes,
company can spend some time in interviewing them. It won't be a waste of time, right?
yes, sure. That is like someone they can trust, as you put it in a right
Yeah,
way. But yeah, you have to showcase your skills in the interview. It's
exactly.
like your foot in the door. Yeah, like yeah, you are there. They are watching you, but you have to put it in a right way. You have
Yeah.
to showcase your skills.
Mhm. So, Sapir, before we end our today's talk, any final advice you would like to give to the recent graduates or the people who are still studying in their college or university, how to tackle the technical job hunt?
The recent events which have happened, there's especially this pandemic. I know
Hmm.
people are really discouraged. The job openings are not that much, but
Yeah.
I would say things are opening up, markets are
Hmm.
opening up, and new job options, new projects, they are coming. So everyone just get motivated and prepare your resume and tailor it to all those job categories and just go out there, grind yourself, and a job is waiting for you.
Thanks a lot, Sarpreet, for sharing that valuable information with me as well as the listeners. And I hope, like a lot of students, will get motivated to continue their job hunt in the technical field, and they won't be get discouraged with all the difficulties they are currently facing in their life as an international student. Thanks a lot, Sarpreet, for sparing our time and coming here.
Thank you, Sahil. Thank you.